Hello, I'm John Proxy and Tunnington West. I'm having a Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony adventure. And could it be that the additional arrows were brought in by a third party? Let's find out.
Third party? So someone besides Kokichi or Himiko?
Like the mastermind
That's
killer.
just a guess, though. There's no way a third party exists.
If a third party did exist, why would they bring two arrows?
Kaito was the only one with a crossbow. I made sure I handed it to him.
Kaito said he only needed one arrow. Clearly, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other two arrows weren't for Kaito. They were for the third party to use themselves.
So the third party didn't hand the arrows through the window. Instead, they went into the hangar and shot the crossbow themselves?
Impossible. There was an alarm system and an electric barrier around the hangar.
Yeah, that hangar should have been completely closed off, right?
It was completely closed off, but can we confirm that? I feel like there might be another way. Some way that we haven't figured out yet. I'm overlooking something. Think. Think! What method did the third party use to enter the hangar? I like our zoom. Exisar. Oops. Why is that not right? I swear I got that L. Never mind.
That's it! The Exisal! The Exisal could be used to enter the hangar. We couldn't get in because of the alarm system and the electric barrier. But that shouldn't have been a problem for any of the Exisals, right? So if you wanted to enter the hangar, all you had to do was pilot an Exisal.
I saw an Exisal enter the hangar last night. So was this third party piloting it?
By the way, I just want to confirm something with Monokuma. Would the alarm still go off if there was a person inside an Exisal?
Well, I wasn't trying to keep this secret, but since it's about the details of the hangar, I guess I can tell you guys. It makes sense that the alarm system and electric barrier wouldn't react to an Exisal. After all, the hangar is where the Exisals are supposed to be stored. It'd be a hassle to disable the security every time an Exisal comes and goes, you know? So even if someone is inside an Exisal, the security system wouldn't catch them. Because it'd be a hassle to leave the Exisal every time you have to put it away.
So it's like Shuichi said? A third party got in an Exisal and entered the hangar? But can just anyone pilot an Exisal?
Well, Kokichi,
It's surprisingly easy. If you use both hands, both feet, and both nipples, you can do it.
Nipples too?
Anyway, this third party commandeered an Exisal and infiltrated the hangar. That same person must have brought the other two arrows with them.
I told you that's impossible.
Huh?
There's no way you can get through security if you pilot an Exisal. It's not possible.
What? Not possible.
Oh, sorry. Maki, what are you talking about? What are you thinking? What do you know? What are you trying to hide? Well, why are you trying to hide? Why won't you tell me?
If someone was piloting the exisal, they could have used it to enter the hangar.
That's not possible.
Is operating the exisal really that difficult?
Do we even know how to get inside an exisal? Outside the hangar, there were 4 exisals. And they were all moving too.
I was controlling them remotely.
Electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were still recharging.
That's wrong!
That's wrong!
Wait, not all of the electro hammers were being charged. I know because I found one. There was a used electro hammer near Monokuma and the exisals.
That electro hammer used by the third party? Maybe they used it to disable an exisal.
Yes, I think so. When I saw them last afternoon, there were 4 exisals. But this morning, there were only 3.
I noticed that too. Was the missing exisal taken by this third party?
Shuichi is getting warmer. How about you say the answer right now? Who did it? Who is this third party?
The identity of the third party. The electro hammer gives us a clue. It's Maki, obviously. I saw 4 exisals at the scene yesterday when I went up to meet Kaito. This morning, when we were trying to get into the hangar, there were 3. The culprit must have used the electro hammer between yesterday afternoon and this morning. There's only one person among us that I think could do that.
It's you! Maki, you're the third party we're looking for, aren't you?
What? It's Maki?
What are you saying?
Remember what Kokichi said.
Yep, we all remember that.
The electro hammer needs to be recharged for 24 hours after it runs out of battery. That hammer was used last afternoon, so it couldn't have been used this morning.
Oh, right. When we were all gathered in the dining hall this morning.
Yeah, we all remember that as well.
Maki was the only one without an electro hammer, wasn't she?
Knowing that, the electro hammer I found could only have belonged to Maki. And that leads me to the conclusion that Maki must be the third party. She also knows how to assemble the crossbow and could have returned it to her lab later.
You brought a different crossbow than the one Kaito had, right?
Maki took 2 arrows and her own crossbow from her lab, disabled the exisal with an electro hammer, and infiltrated the hangar. Now we just have to figure out what happened after.
I'll kill your logic. Why are you doing this?
What?
Why are you getting in my way?
Getting in your way? Maki, what are you—
Yes, I'm the third party.
Huh?
I admit to going into the hangar with an exisal, and then shooting the crossbow. I didn't kill anyone. I'm not the culprit! You're right.
Oops.
I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon. You're right.
Ah, it's really hard.
The electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon. You're right.
Okay, no, I need to counter.
I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon. You're right.
Okay, large black case.
I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too.
You're right about the exisal and the electro hammer, but so what?
I was wrong!
Okay, I was wrong.
You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too.
Okay, I'm not really sure what the game wants me to do.
You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too.
Ah,
I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
ah, okay.
The crossbow is not the murder weapon? What do you mean?
The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
Oh,
I'll cut through your words!
that was close.
It wouldn't matter where the arrow hit, if it were poisoned.
Poison?
I noticed something about the poison in my lab during the investigation. There was just a little less in the bottle than before. If that poison had been applied to those arrows, they would have been lethal, no matter where they connected.
Maki, do you have a rebuttal?
What's the matter? Why don't you say anything? Don't tell me. Are you really the culprit?
There's no way she is! 'Cause why would she kill Kaito?
I can't understand if you don't explain anything!
Maki is still fighting.
I'm worried that Kaito died of natural causes. That Maki killed Kokichi. I still think I'm right about that, but I'm worried that Kaito died of natural causes.
Huh? Fighting?
Do you remember that Maki said she would do anything to defeat Kokichi? Maki is trying to kill Kokichi in this class trial. She wants to kill the mastermind, a remnant of despair.
Then when Maki said she would sacrifice anything, she meant...
The sacrifice that Maki is talking about must be... all of us?
That's it! She plans to sacrifice all of our lives in order to kill Kokichi.
Sacrifice us?
Then, by hiding the truth, Maki was trying to get us to arrive at the wrong answer. Just to kill Kokichi and the rest of us along with him?
Doesn't that mean that Maki's the culprit?
She knew what happened and tried to hide it from us.
But that mischievous plan was ruined, all thanks to Shuichi here. Too bad, Maki. I already predicted this would happen.
You knew all along that Maki was the culprit. That's why you've been so calm.
No.
This isn't over. Maybe we do have the truth now, but this isn't over. We have a choice to make. We don't have to follow where the evidence leads.
Huh? What do you mean?
Does this mean you're gonna vote for someone else, even if it's not the truth?
Someone else? You mean vote incorrectly on purpose?
What did you say?
Kaito told me that only I would be able to grasp what lies beyond the truth. That means finding the truth is not enough. We need to grasp the hope just beyond it. So Maki, please tell us the truth. The truth that only you know.
So Kaito said that to you.
So, yeah, Kaito was dead when she got there.
Then, does that mean you guys made up before he died?
Yeah, when I went to see him yesterday.
I see. Okay, I'll talk about it. Especially since it's my responsibility for involving everyone. Shuichi, you're so persistent. Were you always like that?
You think so? Maybe Kaito's charisma is starting to rub off on me.
That guy could be pretty stubborn.
Then, what really happened?
Maki, please tell us. Please.
And so, Maki began telling the truth. A truth that would leave us all in shock.
I hope he's saying that live.
Don't just start narrating things and ruin
Yay.
the mood.
Well, I guess this turn of events isn't exactly boring either.
We've used quite a lot of the clues as well.
Well now.
And then the Monokuma and Cubs Theater segment began. With all the Monokubs destroyed, this segment was no longer possible. And so the curtain quickly fell. No, my voice is fucked. So I'm glad that was quick.
The flashback light became the motive.
Sorry, I didn't click alter.
When Kokichi remembered that he was a remnant of despair, I planned to kill him. I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end. I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would be able to do it.
We've tried to end this killing game before, but...
You were naive.
Huh?
That's what I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete, simply because it's him.
Maki totally gets me!
That's why. I needed to settle it myself. I took the poison arrows and the crossbow, and broke into the hangar with an exisal. But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected. Kaito and Kokichi were fighting each other. Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow, probably by Kaito when he fought back.
Oh, hang on.
Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance. Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in. I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow. That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison?
Because it's certain death.
Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
This is certain death. What's more lethal than certain
Kokichi
death?
to confess his true intentions before he died. And find out why he was always lying and trying to confuse us.
What do you mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right?
Yeah, this is why I don't think he's the mastermind. Because he's played werewolf.
He could have made it seem as if the late Junko was secretly behind this killing game. That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the game. Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind. Especially with that message in the courtyard. Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
As a remnant of despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
I think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully. So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maki must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
What are you talking about? Remnants of despair? What's that?
I told you. It's not his theme, is it? He's truth and lies. He doesn't care about despair.
I don't understand anything you're saying. But anyway, why are you starting up the killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless, and that I'm the mastermind. Do you love killing that much?
Shut up, you asshole! I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow. But then... What?
Kaito protected Kokichi?
Why? Why would Kaito protect Kokichi?
At that moment, my mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison. I rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
So you didn't have the antidote with you at the time?
I used Strike 9 poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake. Because of that...
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito. When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed. I assumed it was Kokichi's doing, but because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore. I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window. Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote!
It's like a ceiling cat.
After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window. Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote. But Kokichi stole it from him.
Sorry, but I can't die here. Since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He fulfilled his dream, right? He already went to space. Damn it!
Stop!
Phew, I feel so much better. I guess that's a wrap. Or maybe not, because now another class trial is going to start.
Last trial?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
I killed...
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
Kaito! Why did you protect Kokichi? If you didn't help him, then...
I couldn't help it. Even if it's Kokichi, I can't have you kill anybody.
What?
Aww, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki. The situation just got way worse, huh? Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you. All because you protected me!
Don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily. Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy, even like that. You really are not boring.
What?
I want to see what a dying Kaito can do. So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you...
Don't mind me. Run, Makiro. Just hurry up and run. Run! And live. You gotta live.
But I refused to... I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife. In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks in the control panel came from, huh?
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone. The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither Kaito nor Kokichi answered.
I know how Kaito could have solved it. Kaito's the Blackened. Kaito killed Kokichi before he died. No, it'd be the wrong dead body. That would make sense, though. That's how Kaito could save everyone. If he becomes the Blackened, he's already dead. He was always going to die because he was dying, right? So that would be how Kaito solves this situation. I don't know why he'd make it a mystery, though.
I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave. That's when I made up my mind. As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial. In exchange for all of your lives.
So that's what happened.
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew, still helped Maki cover up her crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
How dare you make fun of him? You call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer! You fucking asshole!
Ooh, Maki is so scary. Good thing I'm in this exisal. Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh. So, what are everyone's plans now? With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for? You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together. Or vote for Maki and live. Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Why? Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Something's missing.
Who cares? Just choose already. Come on, who are you gonna vote for?
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth.
That. Something's weird.
This case isn't over.
Huh?
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand. There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
A hidden truth?
Yes, I'm positive. Because there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
The part of Maki's testimony that doesn't add up. Control panel being damaged?
That's it! Maki said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the hangar. But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Oh yeah! The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
I was too focused to notice at the time. But now that you mention it, it is odd.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
Nah, the security there isn't that sloppy. If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without question.
And why didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
There must be some kind of reason behind all these oddities. Finding the reason will help us find the hidden truth.
I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
Okay, the electric bomb. But I need to plug in a wire to charge it. There we go.
Maybe it was just broken.
Perhaps it was turned to a special setting?
Or maybe Maki is telling a lie. Did you really try to break the control panel with a knife?
I'm not going to tell any more lies. I did attempt to enter the hangar and destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated. Certainty.
That's wrong!
There is a way to disable the alarm system. An electro bomb would take it down.
But Maki only had one bomb, and she used it during the raid this morning.
Then the only other person who could have used one is Kokichi, right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb? I had no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
But we know the alarm system was neutralized. It had to be. In that case, then...
I've got it! Disabling the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
What?
The main objective Kokichi using an electro bomb was... to disable the press's safety function?
That's it! It was to deactivate the safety function on the press.
Deactivate the safety function?
The electro bomb wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system. It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
That's true, but why would he do that?
To kill
There's only one reason that anyone would want
to kill Kokichi before he died from his wounds.
But if I'm right, it means that we've been thinking about this all wrong.
All wrong.
What aspect of this case runs contrary to the new evidence? Kaito's cause of death.
That's it! Kaito's cause of death.
What?
If the electro bomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote, maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
The cause of the death could now be... hydraulic press.
This is it!
Well, that's quite clever.
The hydraulic press. Kaito could have been killed by the press after all.
What? He could have?
If the safety was off, the press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Right after I threw the antidote, I tried to open the shutter. So, Kaito should have still been alive.
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that, then we have our cause of death.
If that's the case, it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press. Kokichi.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death. But that's just a possibility.
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know. Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the hydraulic press. Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it. No matter what.
No matter what?
That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too. Right, Shuichi?
Is it really possible to determine Kaito's actual cause of death? It is not possible.
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
What did you say?
You can't check the body, and you don't have any conclusive evidence. You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened. But I know, because I was actually involved.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Do you finally get it? Yep, that was my plan.
No.
The gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim. but rather the unknowable culprit. No one understands but me. Only I know the answer. There's no more room for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
Intuition?
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right? But there's nothing you can do about it. This is just how the trial goes. So, who is the culprit? Maki or me? The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
I'm really tempted to vote for somebody else.
Hey, that's my line. I'm the one who decides when it's voting time.
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already. This won't be a problem, right, Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh? Yes, of course.
Yeah? What kind of a reaction is that?
The culprit, you say? Yes, of course I know.
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What are you talking about?
What's going on with Monokuma right now?
Monokuma? Do you not know who the culprit is either?
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know, do you?
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is either. Monokuma doesn't know. What does this tell us about this case? Wait. This case?
Yes, that's it! So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
He needed to create an unsolvable murder to root out Monokuma?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
A murder Monokuma couldn't figure out?
But what's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up. Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct? That must mean that he was using some way of monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras, strategically placed to avoid our detection.
I can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow. Kokichi probably used the electrobomb to scramble whatever that was. The electrobomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
And with that bombshell, I'm going to let you go. I've been John Proxy and Tunnel West. I've been having a Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony Adventure. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.